deep down. You got. I think you got a bit like.
No, Ryan, I won't touch your penis.
80% black heart, and then like he's got a normal heart after that, like the 20%. What do you think, ratio wise?
What do I think?
I think he's got like an 80% black heart, and then 20% like normal.
Why are you including me? I said I wasn't going to be part of this.
What's a black heart?
Yeah, but you're part of it anyway, aren't you?
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, can't leave you out, eh?
No.
Yeah,
Black heart as in what?
as in like you're just a bad person.
What, I'm 80% bad person.
Yeah, mate. You have 20% good in you. You might not show it, but that's what we see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Dennis from Always Sunny. Miran made that comparison of him, innit? Like, he reminds me
He's
of
definitely got a Dennis system when he tries to chat to girls.
a Dennis system.
Yeah, this system.
Yeah, what's Dennis's system?
Oh, let's Google it.
Is there a system?
Yeah, this system.
Oh,
What, on how he pulls?
Yeah, there's like, I can't even think. Is that when he's dating the chemist woman, and he has like a system where he like follows her and stuff?
Alright, so D is for demonstrate your value. E, engage physically. And nurturing. I can't speak.
Nurturing dependence. Neglect emotionally. Inspire hope. Separate entirely.
And that's Sean's system.
How do you not have a system?
Yeah, Sean has a system.
He does.
Suck hairy arseholes under. I don't know what the end could be. No idea. Under
Don't be racist.
nuclear bomb. I can't think of like an N word. I wasn't even gonna think of that until you like just said that. It's just
Actually,
like
on a Saturday when we went out, Cora, one of the girls came up to me and said, "Do you know what, Sean? When I first met you, I thought you were the biggest cunt ever, but you're actually fucking nice."
everyone thinks you're a cunt though when they first meet you. Even I did. I remember I hadn't heard of him. We was 16. I was like at a different school to him, and I remember one of my mates who was a mutual friend between me and Sean. I didn't know Sean at the time, and he came up to me. He was like, I was having like a 16th for my birthday, and he was like, "Is a boy called Sean Moore going to your party?" And I was like, "Who the fuck's that?" And he was like, "Yeah, apparently he's going." I was like, "No." And then a boy from Sean's school that I knew messaged me, was like, "Is Sean going to your party?" And I was like, "Who the fuck's this cunt?" Like, I was just like, "Who is this kid?" So apparently some Sean kid was coming to my party. Like, I didn't have a clue, innit? Like, but obviously he didn't come,
Why was it that? Why did they?
I feel you're winding up Louis Langford.
I was winding someone up
You're
that was
winding up
going
Louis.
because you didn't invite someone.
That's right.
So I was like, "Oh really? I'm going." And he was like, "How are you going? You don't even know him." I was like, "Oh, invited."
You're just a cunt, aren't you?
I know. Just a bit of what's her face? What's the tennis girl's name you just mentioned? Cora?
Cora.
Yeah, she says stir in it. Proper stir.
Yeah, it's funny because when Ryan met everyone, they were all just like, "He's a bit of a cunt, isn't he?" Ryan's just like,
Yep.
"You don't think I know?"
Yeah, I knew already, innit? And like they were all like, "Oh, he's like," because I was like, we were talking about tennis, and they were asking me like, "Do you play tennis?" And I was like, "No, I just knew him from like school." And I go, "Yeah, no, I was better than him though. I was fucking shit, and I was expecting to be like, yeah, he's fucking like to go along with it, but they were like, no, he's fucking sick, innit? And I was like, you fucking wallies. I was like, no way, like don't fucking pander to him, otherwise his head's gonna just.
In my head, like turned the size of the room, like. "Ah."
That's how that oven smashed, isn't it?
Yeah, did you hear about that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I told her.
They still won't fix the oven. I had literally thought someone died.
Well, when that happened, I just thought a glass like smashed. So I was like, whatever. And then I think it was you that was like, and you came up to me and said, "Oh my god, the fucking oven smashed." And I was like, "No." And I went over, and he was like, "Take a look." And I looked over.
How did they smash it? Like,
So there was like, so imagine an oven, and there was like this chair, like a single chair that was just in front of it. So the kid like got him in like a choke, and they like fell back onto the chair. And then as they fell back into the chair, it just smashed. So
The chair went back. Yeah.
The chair went back, smashed the front of the oven, and the front of the oven just completely shattered.
There's glass everywhere.
Yeah. So you're looking at like 600 to £1,000 replacement. That's great. Like,
And that's the kid that's in £1,500 overdraft already.
He's definitely gonna throw a Project X party soon, isn't he? He's just one of them people. I would like, but like, they were all laughing about it. I was just like, I would be
because they were drunk.
I would be crying.
But when they
mate.
got back from that night out, they didn't want to go in the back in the house because they thought that their house was an absolute tip from the drinking beforehand.
Right.
And so they genuinely stayed in their car.
Oh my god.
Oh really?
And I was like, why'd you stay in your car? Like, it's not going to self-clean by staying in the car. They were like, yeah, we just didn't want to see it. They stayed in their car and just like watched Prison Break on their phone on the fucking like dashboard.
But the thing is, it wouldn't have been. Nothing I remember was like it was bad. It was just that oven.
It was quite messy by the end, but trust me. But by the time we left, it was a bit of a
really?
tip. Yeah, there was fucking.
Well, we had a few. It was actually good because we had like the beer pong games. Remember, we were like playing this game.
Well, I forgot the name of that game.
I don't know what it's called, but we had like you had like the four corners, and like
Of
I
a
was on one
table.
corner opposite Sean, and then there was that Dobbo next to me on the right, and then you had the other kid opposite to him on the corner, and so I had 3 drinks of of Dobbo's, and he had 3 drinks of mine, and what we had to, and there was a drink in the middle. What you had to do is you had to bounce the ball. So I had to bounce the ball to Sean, and he had to chest it, and he had to chest it in the cup. And once that happened, he'd give the cup to the person on his right on the other team, and then they couldn't throw a ball until he downed it.
Yeah.
And we had 3 cups each, and then once you eliminate all the cups in your team, you try and bounce the ball into the middle cup. And the funny thing is, we were doing shockingly
I think
bad.
they did that.
They
did
done
like,
like 2
at least
each.
it was, yeah, they did
2
about
each.
3 or 4, and we hadn't got 1, and so they had 2 left, and we had 6. And then literally, like the next fucking 6, we were like bosh, 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 like chest.
We literally got them in a row. It was literally quality. It was just like.
And then I think I got it in the fucking cup in the middle the first time. I just bounced it and went straight in.
Yeah, they
And
were
then
like, yeah.
And the cup in the middle was a bit of like a dirty pint, so
Yeah, it was like a little bit of my like whiskey in there. There was like
Vodka.
beers and stuff, vodka. But they had to like down like half of each.
Oh, that's grim.
Yeah.
oh, this is what I was gonna. I said I'd save it just before I forget. So,
It's another taser story, isn't it? Do you know how many people I've told about
wait,
that
this
taser
is
story?
weird. I've got an offer on a Top Man hoodie on eBay. When the fuck did I put that? That's literally probably been on there for about a year. That's crazy.
Do you still have the hoodie?
Probably not. Anyway.
That's a nice hoodie, to be fair. I like that hoodie.
Thanks, mate.
Where's that from?
From the brand that it says on the fucking front.
I can't even read it. What is this? It says club, but what's the first bit? The first
No,
bit.
it's a Nuvo Club. N-U-E-V-O.
That's the one you've
Club.
like moved from Boohoo to, isn't it? Like Boohoo to that.
One of them.
Try and boohoo.
Yes,
It's decent brand. But yeah, this app, right? We were talking about takeaways earlier. You might, I don't know. Georgia said she hasn't heard of this app, but I wonder if you have.
What?
The app is called Too Good to Go.
No, never heard of it.
You're gonna like it. I mean, I don't think I'll use it that much, but some people apparently use it bare. So basically, wherever you're living, I mean, let's just say me now, like near Liverpool City, I go on it, and it gives you a list. So it's all, these are not all of them, but a load of local takeaways. So Chinese takeaways like Yo Sushi, Indians, and everything, right? And basically, you can go on, like I could go on now, and I could select a meal to buy from one of them, right?
Right.
But it's super, super cheap but you pick it up later. So say they shut at 10, you then go down there at 10 and you basically pick up all the food that, like they'll make you a meal out of all the food that would originally get thrown out.
Oh, like, it's like leftover food.
Yeah, so if some chicken's going off tomorrow, then you could, they'll make like a chicken tikka masala like super cheap and you can buy it like during the day really cheap and then pick it up later on.
That's a typical app Sean would pick up, and then just like
Yeah.
like scrap food, budget, cheap, like whatever.
It's the same fucking food, mate. If you bought it half an hour before,
but
you would have
it's
it.
the price cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's cheap though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just typical Sean, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because he hates spending money on food.
Yeah, apparently he just ranted about it like 10 minutes ago, didn't he?
Fucking trying to save people money.
Didn't realise we were sponsoring.
I've got 1 million downloads. Don't know what they're gonna do out of our 100 views actually.
Yeah, I saw we hit over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 and something, isn't
It was
it?
112 when I last checked.
Really?
They do say in life 15 minutes of fame, and unfortunately we've had ours now.
Have we? No, we'll have many, many more, mate. Many more.
Nah, the promo's coming.
The promo.
It is coming.
Yeah.
Are you doing like a Facebook? You should do like a Facebook promo.
Promo?
Yeah.
What, like
Like
highlight?
a video.
That's it.
Yeah.
Actually, we should do that, right? 'Cause there's probably some funny things already. Like, just get like a highlight from each thing, like a 30-second, a minute thing, and then put it in like a little, like 2-minute or even
No, like a minute. Like
even a 1 minute advert.
what you should finish it off with is when he's on the sofa and he's like, half my head is like drunk, but half my head is like, fuck, I'm high. That video is gold. Like,
No, let's keep that private.
but it's the way he's on the sofa, innit? Like, and he's just looking up, like looking at you. I think he's looking at you.
Yeah.
Because he was like looking, and he's like, half my face is drunk, but half my face is I'm fucking high, or something like that.
I was
innit?
like, the left side of my brain is drunk.
The left
right
side of my
brain
brain,
yeah, the
yeah.
left
is
side.
like,
That's the
fuck.
one.
That's what it was like.
It was one. It's definitely the best video I ever got of him. It's funny, except for all them naked ones.
Ram was worried that you lost it forever.
What's that?
You were worried you lost it forever.
I know. I looked on Snap. I looked on my because I got a new phone, so I got the old photos of videos. So I was like, fuck.
Oh, wait, is it not on OneDrive or whatever?
No, like, and I went on Snapchat.
Yeah, I told him to look up
Go on
his
the memories, and I was like, ain't there? And then I fucking found it. I was
Really?
like, yeah.
Well, that video.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so funny.
You got loads of old videos on your
I
laptop.
got
though.
so no, but it's wiped off in it because I took it to the shop, remember? So I got nothing.
You
You
didn't
got none of my
save
mug
it.
shots now.
I got no mug shots. I got no funny videos.
You didn't
of, like,
save them before you went in.
No. I should have backed them up, but because I just didn't think at the time, I got nothing now. Like the best ones are the videos of Emily, for sure. I got some fucking funny ones of her in it. Like I probably got the best ones I'd say of her. It's just her just it's just being stupid. Like that's literally like I got other cool ones. I just can't think of-
Ryan.
No.
No.
Oh.
I work in McDonald's. No.
But no, But how are you two though? What's been going on with you two? Anything?
No, I just played tennis today. What was it? This weekend we went out. Went out Saturday. UFC Sunday. Worked yesterday.
Well, on
Tennis today.
on Friday I went to that punch and thingy behind the Ghetto Golf.
Yeah.
The punch and
Yeah,
what's it
yeah.
called?
How do you think Ghetto Golf was in Liverpool? The crazy golf. You like it?
Well, we went and it was empty. Like there was no queue. Like we literally got there and there was like someone on like the.
Wait, did you
10th
book it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like someone was on like the 10th hole and there was like no one else. So we literally just took our time. We was there for like.
Maybe it's
hours.
like died down now a bit. Like
Yeah, it's
not as
big
popular.
as
Well, I reckon it was
first.
busy. Did Ethan went last week? Did he say it was busy?
No, he didn't say it was busy. He said that he took his time as well.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I think it's died down a bit. Because remember when I was going on that date, right, with Georgina, and that was on the Friday, and then I think I logged in on like the Monday to try and book it, and it was fucking fully booked, like a week out.
I think there was just like a big rave when it first. Because when did it open?
Yeah, bare people.
It's been open for a while though.
No, but like it wasn't open when we first moved here.
No, it was open in the second.
You know they've got a new crazy golf there now.
So yeah, like Sean moved here like in third year.
Yeah.
So like throughout that year, it probably was just so big and like the new rave.
Everyone's gonna go to the new one now though.
Well, the junkyard one.
Yeah, so you know where the other crazy golf was in Liverpool one.
Yeah.
Dino Golf, was it?
Jungle Golf? Jungle
Jungle Rumble.
That's right, up the escalators.
I knew that
Yeah.
shot, and now that's Junkyard Golf, basically the same thing as Ghetto Golf, but it's shitter though.
Right.
Because Jungle Rumble had 36 holes,
Yeah.
so Junkyard's going to have 36 holes, just like the one in London.
Right.
But at Ghetto Golf, you can go around 18 holes. Just one course, but 18 holes, in it.
Yeah.
In fucking Junkyard Golf, you select one of 4 courses, so you can only play 9 holes. And it's the same price.
That's
And 9 holes is... You could do it in like fucking 5 minutes.
And compared to Ghetto Golf as well, when you have like all the kind of like nice kind of.
I mean, no, Junkyard's the same, so it will have like all crazy courses and all of that. But 9 holes is crap. And I remember it in London when I went on it. We tried going back over the course, or even just playing one other hole on another course because it wasn't very busy. And they literally were like, "You're not meant to be on that course, sorry," because you have like wristbands for what course you're meant to be on. And we were like, "Fucking hell, like chill out, mate."
Yeah.
They're proper strict. So yeah, I'm not going there.
I've never even thought to go to that one, to be honest.
I've been twice.
I was forced to go
Okay.
to that.
Is it okay? Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
you know what? I never go in the Liverpool One complex. The only time I go in there is the cinema.
Cinema?
It's the cinema. It's the only time I go.
And we'll be going there soon.
Yeah. Well,
No, they got some
Captain
good. I
Marvel.
go shopping there. There's some good shops.
No, but in that little
No,
complex
like in the
upstairs.
complex where you have the cinema and you have like Nando's
yeah.
and stuff. There's not like I've never really gone there.
There's
unless
a nice
it's Glad Cinema.
burrito place up there actually.
Barbary.
Oh, Barbarito, yeah. And then you have like the milkshake shack
Yeah.
place.
Never been there.
Never been in there either. There's like a few little things.
No, there's all the restaurants on the outside.
They've what?
Like all the restaurants on the outside.
Yes. Oh yeah, because you have like Yira, and then I've been Yira a few times. I've been
TGI's.
Gourmet Burger Kitchen, and then there's some other things there as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, guys, just come to Liverpool. It's great.
What's
It is
that?
great.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's actually one of the best cities in England. To be fair.
To live at our age, I'd say it's the best city.
Yeah, I would say so.
Cheap, good nightlife, everything you need.
And people ain't like.
Thank you.
And the people here are like pretty
And the people are
friendly
good,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, Scousers are nice people.
They are. They're crazy cunts, but they're nice.
What we need to do, right, is so when like Carson out they're fucking they got jobs in London, they ain't gonna do it. But Miran and all that, I suppose Andrew can't. But we need to try and get like Miran to live up here or something when he finishes uni. We need to like get the guys from London like one by one.
No, that
Or
won't
Nick, innit?
happen. Andrew won't because
What
he's
about
got
Nick? Or fucking Charm, no?
No, I feel like Sharm's got his boys like.
Yeah, Charm thinks he's the shit, mate. Literally, he always posts when he's in the gym, but like he always puts the time on it as well, like 5 a.m. and it's like 5 a.m. and you're still skinny, mate.
No, do you know what it is? He's big on top half, but he's got chicken legs.
Oh,
Proper
skipping
chicken
leg
legs.
day.
He's skipping leg day. No calves, no thighs, no.
And Miran said he did deadlifts for the first time the other day.
I know. Well, did you hear Miran got a bike? Miran bought a bike the other day. I was on the phone. He rang me last night, and he was saying he bought a bike off Gumtree, off this like proper scatty guy from
No.
Erith. Apparently, he got the train. Like he came back from Leicester to London, and he got the train all the way to Erith. And Erith is like the distance, I'd say, from town to like probably like Runcorn.
Oh,
Like a bit
far.
further maybe. Yeah, it's quite far. And he went all the way there, and apparently, like, this guy was just like a proper crackhead, like, and he just
No shit.
yeah,
Gumtree.
Erith as well. Erith is just not the
it's like a
greatest.
rough area.
Yeah, it's kind of like the.
Of course he
curvy.
buys a fucking bike off Gumtree. Of course he does. He's just an idiot.
And then as soon as he apparently like a couple of days into got it, the chain fucking broke. So he had to like
No
replace the
shit.
chain.
As if the chain hadn't already broke before he bought it as well.
Yeah, it was probably super glued.
Chain
back
broke,
together.
guys thought, let's put it on Gumtree. Some absolute twat's going to buy it.
And who's
then
that
Miran
twat?
looks at the advertisement, oh, a bike for fucking 10 quid. Yeah, you're right. Done.
Well, he said it's alright now. Like he said, he like gets to places now. He leaves it like at the station and goes to Leicester. So bikes are handy though. Like I've realised in the last couple of months that bikes are just so handy.
If I lived a bit further out from the city, I'd have a bike, but I can walk everywhere. I don't need a car, I don't need public transport really. Very rarely.
That's good. That's good to be fair.
So many people have cars, isn't it, when they don't need a car? So annoying. It winds me up.
Yeah, like I don't think you need a car because your job's so close to you.
Yeah, but
Maybe when you
I still
move.
want one.
You want a car?
You want a car?
Yeah.
That's the thing,
Why?
people just want cars. They don't need cars,
I
they
like
just want
driving.
cars. They're just so expensive though. They're such a like, they just take so much cash that you can spend something else.
Yeah, but then I can go places on my weekend.
Where can
That's-
you,
yeah, but then-
where
but
can
then-
you go that you can't already go though?
Yeah, but then if you wanted to do that, why don't you just rent a car for
Because
the weekend?
renting cars are expensive. When
Yeah,
you're
but then
under
it's
25.
probably
Yeah,
way
you don't-
cheaper than like buying a car in tow and just petroling it up constantly.
No, but being under 25.
But where
it's
can-
like
where-
£100 a day.
Where are you going to go where you can't just get a bus to? You're only going to go into town. It's one
No,
bus.
like what if I want
Are
to go
you
away
talking-
for the weekend?
Are you talking about like
But then just get a train. Trains are usually fast enough to go long distances, and you're still going to end up spending less.
I think
I
maybe
just
as
want a
well you
car
get to
so
you get to
okay,
dictate the time that
Have you ever had a
leave.
car?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
I
with,
had one in second year, and then it broke.
but I think with cars as well, you get to dictate what time you leave. Like if you have a train, you have to book a certain time. You have to leave at a certain time. With the cars, at least you can leave on your certain time, come home on your certain time. There's definitely like benefits to cars, but I just think in terms of situations, I don't think you need a car.
I'm going to
Not
try and go
currently.
my whole life without owning another car.
I remember the car you had in sixth form. remember going in once, like, what car was it? It was like a little.
I just had one of the old Polos. Oh, you know, the 1999 version of a Polo. And I remember I got it when I was like 17. Definitely don't need a car at that age, but I thought, fuck it.
Yeah, but at 17, you're just wanting to pass.
And yeah, I loved it at first, but I think I realised, do you know how much money I spent on that car? And I didn't need it at all. Just ended up giving everyone lifts. And ever since then, I'm like, I'm not wasting money on a car ever again.
Yeah, I don't need a car. Like, my dad just keeps moaning about me to, like.
It's good just to get your license.
It's good to get a license, but I don't even need a car. Like, even if you live in London, you don't need a car because there's like trains everywhere, there's buses everywhere, there's
Public
tubes
transport's
everywhere.
so good now.
It's ridiculous, and they're so frequent.
I'm happy I have a license because say when I went like Australia, you need a license to do like a road trip or something. Love to do it for that.
But it'd be good like to have a license, and then say if you like what you said, wanted to go away for the weekend, you just rent a car. I'd rent a car. I'd rent a car for the weekend, just split it with whoever I was going with, and then just drive up.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think it's that expensive. I think you can get some decent deals on renting a car.
No, but when you're under 25, it's expensive.
Yeah, but insurance is fucking. Have you looked at how much insurance it will be if you get a car?
Yeah.
How much?
700.
7? That's fucking cheap. Than
Is that like for the year?
You got no claims?
No, for 1 year, no claims.
Mine, I couldn't find cheaper than 1,200 on mine, but I was looking on my dad's car, and that's
But 2 years ago,
quite
it cost me
expensive.
900 when I had it in Liverpool. But
It's all the petrol in it though.
Yeah, like I don't understand the petrol gauge. So like, how much would you spend petrol like in a week when you had the car?
Like
at Garmwell?
15.
£15 a week.
Yeah.
And where was you going? Like.
Well, I was taking us to uni when I actually went.
Oh, that one time.
Took me to, yeah,
oh, that one
It
time.
was at least 5.
Oh, that one time we went, yeah.
I went to Crosby Beach and all, like, when I had my car.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I drove to Scotland to see my granny.
Fucking hell, that must have cost a bit, right?
That was only like 40 quid.
That's not too... What, for there and back?
No, just there.
Oh, just there. Oh.
But she covered that.
Oh, fair enough. Good old granny, eh?
If you book public transport the right way, though, say like me and you, people would probably think, like if you had a car, it'd be way easier to get back and forth from London. Do you know how much it fucking costs to drive from like London to Liverpool when we hop on a train and try and get deals with a rail card for like 12 quid.
For like last minute plans, like say I just want to.
Yeah, but even like for trains, if you get a last minute train, if you book it the day before, they're still like relatively cheap. Like the most expensive, like most expensive train I've ever bought, like the day before, was probably about 28. But that's, to be fair, that's with the rail card. So you have to get a rail card. You buy a rail card, and that you probably save money within the first trips.
Really go anywhere by train?
The only place you go is Edinburgh, really, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't get the train often enough to get a rail card.
Yeah, see, like, it's good for us because we go to London. Like, we're not going to go, like, people are not going to go, like, say, for instance, if you had like, or Aaron or something like that you're not going to get a train, like, you can't get a train to Ireland, so you have to get a plane.
Some people just like cars as well. Do you know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
like,
just like
alright.
cars, okay.
What car are you going to get?
Obviously going to get an Audi R8 because I'm minted.
Fucking hell.
I've never been into cars at all.
Yeah, I'm not like... When someone says like, oh, fucking...
Yeah, this car...
Ford Focus, I'm like, what?
I don't know any cars.
Yeah.
And when someone's like, it could be the best car ever, and they're like, oh, look at this car. For about 1 second, I'm like, oh, fucking hell, that's nice. And then I'm like, don't care.
Yeah, I just see like an appearance. Like, you know when you had like the top trumps? Do you know the top trumps when you had the cars?
Yeah.
I remember like looking at cars like, oh, that looks nice. But then I would just care about the stats and like win the game. I don't care about the car. Like, I just want to win this game.
I love people that love cars though, and they, especially in London, when they go up like the high street, say Oxford Street, and they're like, and they're trying to get everyone to like, look at their car and think they're like the balls.
Well,
so
I was at Aldi. I rode to Aldi last night? What day was it? Yeah, it must have been last night. And some guy, I was about to put my bike away, and all I hear is vroom, 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 thinking it was like some Ferrari, a fucking 7-seater doing. Just like vroom, vroom, vroom. I was
Some
like,
guys
what?
just like to pimp their car to make it sound really like.
That's fucking sad. Just buy.
Oh, they wind me up when someone has like a fucking Polo and it's shit, but then they
And then
fucking
they lower it, and then
they
like,
lower it. They put the back bit on it, and they fucking put a new exhaust on it, and then
And it goes over speed bumps, and you just hear. It
oh,
scream.
you
It's
just
like,
know they're just a wanker. Winds me up.
I think I might get a mini though, or something.
I want to get a lowrider.
Yeah, Laura's got a mini.
Does she?
Minis seem pretty like they're just really good for girls. They're quite small. They're good like looking. They're quite reliable. I think they got good engines. Minis are decent, I think, but they're quite expensive.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna save.
Yeah, no, but I'm minted now. Got a job in it.
Yeah, fucking balling.
What accent
Just
was
like-
that?
She's gonna get paid, innit? When is it? Tomorrow.
Monday.
Get paid Monday, and then just like spend fucking $3,000 on a minute, and just have nothing for a month.
No, we'll be like, wait, Georgia, do you want to like come out with us for like some food or drink? No, I'm broke. I could drive you there though.
Yeah,
She can drive us there, but not fucking actually go out with us.
yeah. All right, fight news.
So me and you.
Have you got your piece of paper?
I always have my piece of paper.
Go on, get it out.
I've got it down here, mate.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go. Should we start from Bellator? We'll start the UFC first. So they had a decent card.
No, start with Bellator just because it'll take 1 minute. Basically, Bellator was shit. That's it. UFC. That is actually it. I've got nothing to say.
Well,
Who won at Bellator?
So Mitrione hit so he had two cards. A Friday, Mitrione fought Karatinov.
Yeah.
First 15 seconds, kicked him in the groin and then called it off. It was that bad, like they called the
That
whole
was
fight off.
qualification then?
No, it was a no contest.
Oh, okay.
So that was pretty much it. The guy I talked about, Mike Kimball, you know that guy I was on about last week.
Yeah.
He got finished in the first round submission, but he like kind of went at him, and he was in like full guard, and instead of like trying to get out of him, keep on the feet, he just like was just trying to punch him like aggressively, and he just got caught in an arm triangle, like in a triangle, and he just got submitted. That was Friday.
What
And
about the
there's-
two English fellas?
Fucking hell.
It didn't live up to like what everyone expected. Everyone expected it to be this mad striking fight, but it ended up being like a grappling. Daly just didn't want to know with MVP. Didn't have a clue.
One of the guys just thought fuck it, I'm just gonna try and wrestle him, and then nothing happened.
But the worst thing is when he fought John Fitch, he was complaining about getting wrestled. But I get why he wrestled him. Because I feel like MVP is so hard, but at the same time, I think he should have just gone at him and just fucking slugged it. Like, because that's the only way I think you're going to beat MVP.
Yeah.
Is just going at him and just slugging it. Just get him off his
He nearly
game,
caught
man.
him in one of those exchanges when he was up close.
Well, I thought he
up
rocked
against-
him, but you said it was a...
Yeah, he tripped. His foot got caught in the fence. But the worst thing about Paul Daly is not just that one that he had against John Fitch. You know when he got kicked out of the UFC?
Okay, yeah.
And I think that was against... Koscheck. So he got kicked out of the UFC because after the final bell went, he hit Koscheck after the bell, like really blatantly, and then
smacked him with a left
and
hook.
Dana kicked him out of the UFC, and that's why he's in Bellator. He hit him after the bell because he was so wound up that Koscheck wrestled him for the entire fight.
Yeah.
And yet he's going into the biggest fight of his life, domestic battle, two stand-up people that should never even think about wrestling, and he tries wrestling the entire
And this
fight.
was big for English MMA as well.
So his
Like,
reputation has gone...
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Like, the thing is with fighting MVPs, he's a counter fighter, so you kind of have to, like, go at him, but he just didn't even go at him. He was just on the back foot the whole time. He needed to be a bit more aggressive, but I see why he took him down, but you can't moan about the other times when you've been taken down.
And then
take
he was
someone
like,
down.
"Oh, I thought I won 3 rounds."
And they were
Fuck
like,
off.
"Oh, we're protecting MVP because you know he's like the new he's the new like face," and I'm like, "Fuck off!"
Yeah.
Should have just slapped him and just beat the shit out of him, but you didn't.
Can't
so.
be asked to talk about that anymore.
And then Karatinov, our guy. No, it was the Russian.
Oh,
He-
Vitaly
he-
Minikov. We were hyping him up.
Our guy, like he's pretty much a Khabib, but a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Never lost, but he was
Sambo,
like
like judo and shit.
Yeah, and he was like 2 years, like he hadn't fought in 2 years, and he got beaten by Czech Congo like quite decisively as well. Like Czech Congo home some dirty knees in the end of the third round that just probably won him the fight. And
Yeah.
So Czech Congo probably deserves a title shot, didn't they, against Bader?
Yeah. Then UFC, we had Ngannou Velasquez card. But wait, so first fight to talk about on that card is
Which one do you want to go through?
Luke versus Barbarino.
Do you want to go through that one? I was going to go start with Sterling.
No, that was after, wasn't it?
No, Sterling Rivera is the headline of the prelims.
Oh yeah, but okay.
His facial reaction.
Sterling, Rivera. Basically, we learned two things. We learned Sterling is a lot better than we thought he was, and the whole entire fight, me and Ryan were literally like, he's pretty much John Jones at bantamweight.
Well, I said before the fight
He
started.
looked fucking good.
Before the fight started, I literally said to Sean, I was like, if he mixes it up with takedowns and keeps it at range with some striking, he will win the fight. And he did exactly that. It was quality, great performance, and
It was so John Jones like.
It was
Like the
very
way he
John-
was just moving and throwing and using teep kicks and stuff. It was literally a little John Jones.
I was always high on Sterling, but he had like a few losses, and then now he's picked himself up, and he's now in
His
that
movement in and out was actually really good, and he's a really good grappler.
Yeah, he's striking.
I never really thought Sterling was going to be a title contender, but after that, I'm like, fucking, you'll go for it.
And I also think something happened with Rivera. I was saying to you, I was like,
second thing was, so Sterling's better than we thought he was. Second thing is Rivera's not as good as we thought he was.
no, Rivera's good, but I think he just got.
Yeah, it's good, but
I don't know what happened. Like, he just didn't do anything. Like, even when he had him against the cage, there was no activity whatsoever. Like, no punches, no knees, no, like, foot stomping, no nothing. He just grappled him and just held on to him. Whereas Sterling, when he clinched him, knees, elbow, like, kick.
Yeah.
Like, it was activity. And he was just, like...
I think it was a bad performance by Rivera.
But Sterling had a
But
great
I
performance.
also think he's not as good as we thought he was. Like, there were so many things that he needs to do better. Like, it was actually crap.
I think he just closed the gap awful.
He didn't do shit.
Well, he actually didn't even close the gap. That was the thing. He didn't even close it.
I don't even think he landed. He didn't land one significant strike that I saw.
I don't even remember him landing. I thought it was just all Sterling.
He was crap. I'm not saying he is crap, but he was crap.
He's a solid fighter, but he was very...
But he looked
Very
good up
bad.
until Marlon Moraes knocked him out in 20 seconds or whatever. But then obviously we thought, oh, just got caught. But this is the first time we're like, right, he's got outclassed and he's not amazing.
Yeah.
There's people better than him. Like, do you know what I mean? He's not going to be. a
Some
champion,
fighters,
let's
when
be
they get
honest.
knocked out, though, it's just kind of like... It just goes downhill.
Maybe he was just super hesitant after he got knocked out. But and then then we had Luque against Barberena fight of the night.
Fucking hell. That was insane. It was so insane. Like, it was so insane. Like, I'll have to... I'll play you the fight when I next see you.
Later.
But it was... Yeah. Actually, yeah. We could do it later. But it was incredible. Like, Luque came out strong. Like,
Yeah.
came out, like, put him to the back foot. Was just slugging him with punches. But the funny thing is, me and Sean were watching it. And he was punching him in the jaw and everything. Barberena was just like...
Clean.
And Barberena was just like, just standing there, just taking it. And we was like, the fuck? And then as the fight gradually got on, Luque's like volume went down, and Barberena just pop, like just it was like slaps.
Yeah.
It was like pop. It was like 2 jabs, then like maybe an uppercut hook, slap.
Just touching.
It was just touching him, like 6 to 10 punch combo. It was incredible.
He
It's
did.
just-
He did drop him though at the end of the first round. Barberena dropped him.
That's right, because it was kind of like a Lomachenko, but less power. Would you
It's a
say?
shit version of Lomachenko.
Yeah, like, and it was amazing. The fight was incredible. Like, so he dropped in the first round, and then I don't really remember the second round. The second round was just kind of like, but I think it was Barberena's.
Barberena won it. Yeah.
And then
Luque was gassed in.
yeah, like third round, like they were just kind of
It was back and forth.
it was back and forth, and then at the end, Luque hurt him with a hook, and like hooked him with the right, and he like kind of dropped. And then
15 seconds left at this point as well.
yeah, it was like 15 seconds left, and then he was hurting him. And then how did he drop him? I think it was like an uppercut or something, wasn't it?
There's a knee in there at some point.
Oh, so he hooked him with the right,
Yeah.
and then so he went to go for a knee in the right, and he covered his face a little bit, and then went for a left knee, and he had no defense, so he smashed his face with the knee.
Yeah.
And like Barberena was all fours, and then like Luque just got his back and just left hook, and then one left hook, his gum shield he just got hit, and it was like, poof, and his gum shield went across the cage, and just about 2-3 more then, and it was done. Like 5 seconds left. And Barberena would have won that fight. He actually would have won that fight, and he lost.
Probably.
5 seconds to left.
Yeah, but the thing is, so it was like a minute in, and Luque had knocked out, like, clean KO, not even TKO'd, like 3 of his last 4 opponents. Fucking mad power. And then he landed, like 5 punches on Barberena, clean to the jaw, and Barberena didn't even flinch. and then he got gassed. But I remember during the fight, I looked up if Barberena had ever been finished because I was like, how is this duel? Like, who's finished him? And he'd never been finished up until then. Like, he'd been choked out once, but really early. But he'd never been like finished by punches or anything. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
And Barberena is one of them people that like you get them fighters that are like hyped up and they build up, and then he's like the one that stops them like on their deep. Like,
Well, he was the one that
them.
beat Sage Northcutt for the first time.
He
innit?
beat Wally Alves, who was like submitting everyone in the first round. Like, and he fought him in Brazil, and he was a Brazilian, and he beat him. And he's probably one of the toughest fighters in the UFC, and he gotta be. The amount of smacks he took was ridiculous.
And he got finished.
He got finished in the last 5 seconds. I was so upset.
Yeah,
for
just
him.
out of nowhere he got finished. Yeah.
But he got a nice 50 grand. Hopefully that, you know, he can do so with his 50,
Maybe a
50k.
bad car.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
What's the next?
Yeah, maybe.
What's the next notable
So,
fight? Just came.
Kron Gracie. Kron Gracie.
Oh, Kron,
so,
yeah.
Kron Gracie is the son of Hickson Gracie, like Gracie legend,
Who made jiu-jitsu basically?
pretty much. And it was pretty much, he finished Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy. So, Bruce Leroy is kind of like a tight, like a very unorthodox striker, all over the gaff kind of thing, like all over the place. And tapped him out within 2 minutes. Like, it was the best back take I've ever seen in my life. He like had him on the cage, and he had like he had him like on the right side, like holding on, and he put his left leg. No, he put his his left leg through his legs, and then hooked the foot underneath his left shin. So like he like pulled him, but jumped at the same time and just took his back. It was the weirdest thing ever, and he just tapped him out within like and the hand fighting was incredible because he was fighting the hands for like 30 seconds while they're on the ground, 45 seconds, tapped him out. It was pretty much the best back take, and he hadn't fought in 2 years, Kron Gracie, and he's only had 4 MMA fights, and Caceres has had like 20 something.
But you can't just have a ground game now. As no matter how good you
No,
are.
when he gets to that upper level, he's gonna have to develop. Well, he's training with Nate Diaz, so hopefully he
Like
gets a bit of
Damien
boxing.
Maia, as soon as you come up against someone that can stuff all your takedowns, like Damien Maia did it 3 times in a row, couldn't take anyone down, and he just got fucked up.
Yeah, well, he had Nate Diaz in his corner. He trains with Nate Diaz, so hopefully he gets.
Yeah,
a
he
bit of
should
boxing.
get some decent.
He's
boxing.
get some boxing in there. Because if he gets some decent boxing, he could just keep it on the feet with the hands, and then if he wants, pull guard.
Well, we were thinking, because Kron Gracie also said about Alex Caceres, even though it's his debut and he's only had 4 fights, he said, I deserve a better opponent, because he's just so highly regarded in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, I know who you're gonna say.
And Ryan, after the fight, we were thinking, who can he fight then? You said Ortega.
Yeah, but then you said. What did you say?
Who do you think I said?
I thought you said Ryan Hall.
Yeah, and then I was thinking, oh, he's obviously not going to fight Ortega. Ortega's like right at the top. But fucking Ryan Hall would be dirty. Because Ryan Hall's really fucking good at jiu-jitsu,
Like,
but he's lower ranked.
Do you remember that guy I showed you when he got the leg lock and he popped BJ Penn's knee?
Yeah. Like he does some crazy. So that'll be really good because Ryan Hall, it's like the matchups with jiu-jitsu. So the Gracies are usually quite traditional,
Whereas Ryan Hall's very, very
unorthodox. Like Tony Ferguson, they get you in
leg locks, knee bars.
What's the full guard where the
rubber guards.
rubber guards, like all these weird. So that to see the matchups, it would be mad, and neither of them fucking strike for shit. So it would just go straight to the ground.
But the best thing is you could do like, because obviously they could have a grappling match, but imagine like one in the grappling exchange with like transitions and striking and stuff. It'd be amazing.
That honestly actually makes really good sense.
Yeah, it does make
really
sense.
good sense because Ryan Hall is very inactive. Everyone knows he's good, but he doesn't fight that much. He's low rank,
And he's not fighting for belts. He's just fighting.
he definitely fight Kron Gracie because he's
that'd be legend. That'd be such a big style
They have
matchup.
to do that fight actually. Surely they know about that fight would be so good.
Yeah, but the UFC thinks so backwards. I think that it's just.
Can you imagine the just crazy transitions? Ryan Hall would like dive for fucking Kron Gracie's leg and try and get him in one of that weird move that he does, like his signature move.
Yeah.
Kron Gracie would have to train to like defend
Leg
it.
locks and then
Fuck.
it'd be like
That'd be
the back.
mad.
Yeah, it would be so amazing. Like
But you probably watch it and just be like, "What the fuck is going on?" I have no idea. But
yeah,
it's
the
good.
casual viewer would be watching, be like, "The fuck," and then I would kind of be in awe. Like I would just be like, "What the fuck?"
Ryan will have a fat rod on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
panoramic.
Then the next notable fight was
Feldovic.
Oh yeah, Felder Vic. Fuck.
You're missing out a few because there's like Courtney Casey Calvillo.
Yeah. Fuck that fight. No, that fight.
Talk about it.
That fight was so boring.
I know what he means. I know what he means in terms of boring. There's not many people.
I didn't even really watch it because it was just that boring. Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing really happened.
You got to only talk about notable fights.
Yeah, because casual viewers are gonna be like,
Yeah.
turn this off. They're gonna be like,
Do you remember when she like threw that jab in the second round?
yeah. Well, that leg kick in the first round was.
Yeah, that
great.
was sick. Did it hurt? No. But
Right, so yeah, we'll go to the main event. So Cain Velasquez and
well, for like 30 seconds on James Vick, Paul Felder, both. I think they both did really well actually. James Vick, I think, performed well. Paul Felder just edged it.
See, I thought Felder won it quite comfortably. I thought Vic should have done more. He did alright in the first round, but it was the last two he kind of like. It's like he not gasped, but he just took his foot off the pedal. Like Felder was going in for some 1-2, like he was just kind of going 1-2s. But I was gonna bring this up after, but Felder got. I was saying to you, innit, the other day, like about halfway through the third round, he collapsed his lung.
Yeah.
Had a collapsed lung.
He was
and
taking
fought
some-
the rest of the fights as well.
Because Vic hit him with some really good body kicks, and I think one of them just went pop, and popped his
Had a
lung out.
collapsed lung. So like Felder's supposed to be doing the commentary for Prague, which is in Czech Republic, this Saturday. He can't even fly there because he's in medicals like sorting out his lung.
Oh fuck.
That's fucking insane, isn't it? How can you fucking fight with a collapsed lung? That's ridiculous.
No, but I thought Felder definitely won for sure.
Yeah.
But I actually still think James Vick looked good.
See,
I just think Paul Felder looked good.
I don't. I think the first round he looked okay, but then he took his foot off the pedal and he just didn't really do much. Like he hit a few body kicks, but he didn't. It's not he didn't want it. It's like he didn't want it.
He's just so big.
I think he's too big. He needs to go up. I think he needs to go up to 170.
Do you know who James Vick is? He's just insanely lanky.
Right, so
155.
Right, so an average in 155 is about 5'9",
10.
5'10".
Oh, 155, 5'9", yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so
I've
5'9".
seen him.
So 5'9". McGregor's like 155, 5'9". James Vick's 6'3", and he makes 155. And he's not skinny.
He's not super skinny.
He's like,
Very lanky, but he's not super skinny. He's got some muscle to him.
and he's bald now, so he looks like a skeleton, like
Oh,
a
yeah,
proper skeleton.
Yeah.
Proper skeletal, right?
he needs
It's like fucking, Ghost Rider. You ever seen that film with Nicolas Cage? It's like a
Yes.
skeleton. Yeah, it's like that. I know. And then Kane
Ngannou. Ngannou.
I backed Kane, right? And the funny thing was,
Oh, I backed Ngannou actually.
Yeah,
Come
you did.
on! I said I think he's gonna clip him, innit?
but no. So the fucking so like they fought out, and then the fight started. Kane went for a leg kick. I was like, okay, fin it out. And then he dodged like a punch and Ngannou through. And I was like, okay, he looks good. Like he's moving around. Fucking went for a high kick, and I was like, the fuck?
Yeah,
what
that
are you
was
doing?
stupid.
I was like, how are you gonna go for a high kick when he's 6 foot fucking 4'5" and you're 6'1"? Makes no sense. And then
Especially when it's 10 seconds in and he's not even near. He weren't even near him. He just randomly went for a high kick.
I think they went into exchange, and then something happened, and then Kane went for a takedown, and Ngannou, probably, how far was his uppercut? Probably a couple of inches. Fucking knocked him down. As he knocked him down, his knee buckled, and it popped. I don't know what happened. It popped or something.
It went backwards. So the bottom part of the leg went completely.
So
outwards.
the shin went to 90 degrees, and
Yeah.
you had the thigh going straight up.
Yeah.
It was horrible, but people I knew he got hit straight away. But then even Rogan and the commentary didn't have a clue. I knew he got hit with an uppercut that was probably about, I would say, 15 to 20 centimeters away from his face. I would say about that one, yo.
Max.
Yeah, and a short punch, and you could just see his face go like that, and he just dropped.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck. Rogan goes on about McGregor being the touch of death, but that is literally the touch of death.
McGregor doesn't have a touch of death.
No,
That's shit, isn't it?
but that was in reference to when after he just fought Aldo.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
talking
Ngannou's
that
a
this
big-
is literally touch of death. If you get hit by him, you're done.
He basically hasn't hit anyone in the UFC.
Full power where they haven't or not a decent power where they haven't been KO'd.
Well, they said that in the Barberena Luque fight, they both landed more significant strikes than Ngannou's landed in his whole career.
That's so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
If he touches you, like even against Stipe when he got fucked up, every single time he landed against Stipe was like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because you could tell after that fight, Stipe had just been in a fight. Like,
Yeah.
and even though Stipe won every round, and Ngannou didn't and Ngannou was fucked after the first round. He still hit him, and
Even when he was proper gassed, he was rocking him every time.
But I think back to the Kane fight, I think Kane, for me, I think Kane shouldn't have gone in as fast. I think he just took his time.
Yeah.
Just like kind of like maybe leg kick, just
It's 5 rounds, like
Exactly.
You got 25 minutes and he's thrown a leg kick
and
after 10
Ngannou's,
seconds.
and Ngannou's known to like tire out after a couple of rounds. You should have just let it gone out and then not go in recklessly. But he went in so recklessly, like it was weird. He should have just kind of not even gone for a takedown, just clinched him, like get underhooks, get into the cage, and then work from there. But he didn't do none of that. He just went for a duck, like kind of like low, and he just got uppercut.
To be honest though, don't even do anything because you fucking went in for a fight. When you've got all that fucking adrenaline, like when that bell goes and you're there and you've got that adrenaline, it's just like if you were to go in the gym and do like a 1 rep max bench press. If you had like mad adrenaline, like your life depended on it, you're gonna have way more strength, way more power than you even think you have. So Ngannou in that first minute, just with that adrenaline and everything, he's gonna be way more powerful. Just don't do anything for
Exactly.
like 2-3 minutes. Don't even throw a punch. Just let him move around and just calm down, and then you'll be way better off.
And the thing is, Kane had been out for 2.5 years, so I'm thinking just get your feet wet. Just
Yeah.
kind of feel it out. And
10 seconds, high kick.
I know.
It's so stupid.
I said to him straight away, and he said,
It was
when
so
he
stupid.
threw the high kick, I was like,
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I
you
was
can
like,
just tell his
I was
head
just
weren't
like,
there.
what? I was like, what's going on? But, I mean, what can you say? You look at him and you think, see you later. Fuck that. I ain't dealing with that. Like 6'4" and he weighs probably weighs good near 300, right? Do you reckon?
No, he weighed in at
No, but I'm saying
250.
when he walks around,
Well, he doesn't cut weight, does he?
does he actually not cut weight at all?
No, because otherwise he'd be 265 when he weighs in, wouldn't he?
No, but he weighs normally 264, but he weighed like a bit less for this one.
He might try and lose say 5-10 pounds just because he feels like he's a bit faster, or a bit of a lighter weight. But he'll walk around no more than 265, I don't think.
But either way, it was impressive by Ngannou and good for him. I feel sorry for Kane though. 2.5 years and to come back in 26 seconds, like to get KO'd.
It's like
yeah.
similar to Joshua, I think. Joshua's around about 255. Anthony Joshua.
Well, do you want to talk about that? I haven't seen that yet. The press conference.
Oh my god, I saw it. I watched the whole
I
thing.
haven't watched it yet. Have you? No.
Anthony Joshua's got a fight. First fight ever in
America.
Madison Square Garden.
New York.
Yeah, New York. He's fighting Jarrell Miller, who's from New York.
Big Baby Miller, they call him.
Right.
His 300 pounds is just like a beast, but he hasn't really fought anyone.
Yeah, no, I only knew him because he went up to Joshua one time. I think when he done the face off with Povetkin.
Yeah.
And he was just shouting in his face,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they just kind of like somewhat like people just got in the way of it. But
Yeah, they had a press conference in where was that press conference? Oh, it was in
America.
it was in New York.
Yeah.
And it was at least top 3 most embarrassing press conferences I've ever seen in my life. Basically, Jarrell Miller was giving it and it was being really like immature with his like digs. They were really rubbish. And Anthony Joshua just suddenly like bit his lip. Like he just suddenly started giving it back, and they genuinely reverted, both of them, to your mum jokes for literally 10 minutes, just doing your mum jokes. And I was, and on YouTube you obviously get the comments, because I was watching it on the live stream. You get all the comments down the side, and everyone was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like Anthony Joshua was like, "Where's your mum, Jarrell? Where's your mum?" And then Jarrell was like, "Right there." And Anthony Joshua was like, "Your mum is hot." And it was like, what is going on?
See, it seems fake. I'd rather them talk about their skills.
It was so
And,
fake. It was so fake. Anthony Joshua was like, "I pay your mum's rent. I pay your mum's rent." Oh mate, I can't even describe how bad it was.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of shit talk. I think it's a bit like I'm just like, I'm not bothered.
When you haven't got anything to shit talk about, like say Conor Khabib was really good because you knew that Conor had the whole Russia thing, and then you had the coach situation, and Khabib,
you had the bus situation.
Yeah, there's all actual stuff that you can shit talk about. When there's no beef whatsoever, and you're just putting it on for the sake of it, and you're reverting to your mum jokes, It does not work. And it's like, and that was the first time Joshua's been out to America. He's trying to promote himself. That's why he's doing the fight against like a lesser opponent, because then in the future, hopefully, he gets the American audience and he has the Wilder fight. But even Eddie Hearn, right, his promoter, who was he's standing in the middle of them, he was genuinely trying to like. There's a dog in it. I've never heard a dog in it before. Yeah, he was genuinely trying to get Joshua to shut up. He was like, no more questions. He was like, no more questions. And Anthony Joshua knew that he was like, he'd embarrassed himself. So Anthony Joshua was like, no, keep them coming, keep the questions. I want more questions, because he wanted to like redeem himself. And Eddie Hearn was just like, no, we're done. It was so bad. Jarrell Miller just walked off, and Anthony Joshua was like begging for more questions because he knew he fucking just embarrassed himself. It was weird.
I wasn't asked. I don't really care.
No.
Like when they shit talk like that, I'm just not asked. Like I like when they shit talk about like competitiveness. Like I like when Woodley and Usman were going at it, because they were talking about like, I'm better than you. Like I like that when they're like, I'm better than you, and then let's find out. That to me is the best shit talk.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Or if say like the video that Tyson Fury just put a video on Instagram to Jarrell Miller, because apparently they had a sparring session like back in the day, and Tyson Fury dropped him like 7 times. So there's obviously something to it. So he's like, I dropped you 7 times, come to Big Bird, I'll drop you 10 times, I'll put up 200 grand. It's like funny shit talk, but based off of the fact that he probably dropped him like once, but he's just over exaggerating it.
Yeah, but
there's something there. You can't just make stuff
Yeah,
up.
but with the thing is, it's believable as well because it's their personality. With Joshua, it's kind of like, I feel like he's like that kind of stoic kind of type where he's just like, just answer the questions, like smile, wave kind of person.
Well, you
like,
can
I don't
tell
see that. I don't see him as like one of them aggressive people that's like goes at the fighter. Yeah. It's not like his style.
Joshua's always had the thing though, so he's proper professional and he's trying to be like the idol, like the classic boxing idol.
Yes.
But when Dillian White and people that knew Joshua when he's younger, and he was obviously in the gangs and from a bad background, they say he's not as nice as obviously he's trying to portray himself, which you would do if you're famous and you're trying to be the.
Well, he's the face of British boxing. He's the face of boxing at the moment, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, you said the other day that you think Tyson Fury's there, isn't he?
What, as a face?
Of boxing. He probably is at the moment, to be honest.
Tyson Fury's definitely... He's right up there with Joshua. I don't know if he's bigger than him yet, but he's very close. That Wilder fight did him wonders.
Yeah, it did. It's just...
And the fact Joshua hasn't... Everyone knows now that he's dodging. Like, it's so obvious that he's dodging fights. It's just stupid.
But do you think it's him, or do you think it's Eddie? Or do you think it's both?
Definitely Eddie Hearn. And then Joshua's accepting the advice of Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
Because Joshua could leave if he really, really, really wanted to fight Wilder or Fury. He could just use another promoter, but he's obviously has trust in Eddie Hearn to basically do best for him in the long term.
Yeah, I think Eddie Hearn he's making these sweet paychecks from these big attendance fights that Joshua's putting on in like Cardiff, Millennium Stadium and Wembley. Yeah. He's just like, I like this. You know what? If he loses, I'm not making this kind of income. So he's just kind of like, keep the ball around it until it's like, right, we have to. But it's like, I feel like that ship's kind of, it's been there like for like 4 or 5 fights now where they can make that fight. And it's kind of like now where like the fans are just like, this is just bollocks now. Like, I think people... Yeah.
Because the thing is with Joshua in the fights right now that he's having, right, he's actually making... He'll make more money in a Wilder or Fury fight, but it won't be... It's not like 10 times more. He might even make twice as much. But if you're Eddie Hearn and you know he's basically going to beat all these guys and still make fucking loads... Because if you think about it, say when he fights Jarrell Miller or whoever else... Anthony Joshua's probably getting like 90% of all the fucking earnings. They're getting like 10%.
Yeah, so it's basically like... Say Joshua fights his big money million, he might get like 30 million.
Yeah.
But like to fight Fury and Wilder, he might get like 50. So there's not really any like...
But then he can fight 2 of those guys and make the same amount.
And he knows he's guaranteed to win. So it's kind of like, what's the point of taking that risk?
And as soon as he loses, I mean, there might be a rematch in there or something, but that fucking reputation goes down the shitter.
And that's another reason why Fury's reputation has gone up. He had 2 fights and then just was like, fuck this, I'm going to fight Wilder, take his belt. And he pretty much almost beat him and like, well, he did. I mean, I thought he won. Like,
yeah,
but you draw.
Yeah, but
You know that rematch ain't happening anymore, right?
I heard something.
Yeah, so basically Fury...
He signed with ESPN, didn't he?
Fury's now signed with ESPN.
True.
It's your phone.
Oh.
Yeah, Fury just had a press conference because
Sorry.
Fury's now
Yeah,
signed with ESPN and Wilder's signed with Showtime, so 2 different networks. And this is literally the exact same thing that happened with Pacquiao Mayweather and why it took 4 years to make place because...
It took longer than that, didn't it? I thought
Well,
it was
it was like 5-6 years Pacquiao Mayweather made because you don't only have to make an agreement between yourselves, you have to make an agreement with the promoters, and then you have to make an agreement with your fucking people that you're signed to. So who's gonna show the fight? Is it ESPN or is it Showtime? Do you know what I mean? Who's getting the money between them? So it's not just you. It's not if I was to have a fight with you, it's not like right. Let's do I'm 60 or 40%. And then the promoters get a certain amount of that percentage. But then our TV channels that we're signed to also have to battle it out between themselves. Who's getting more money, ESPN or Showtime?
Well, it's like...
So it's such a shit show and it's never going to fucking happen.
Well, that's like... So, for anyone listening, it's like the difference between boxing and MMA. With MMA, you have like the UFC and you have like Bellator or whatever. But in the UFC, you have pretty much all the best guys in there. And it's all under one promoter.
Yeah.
With boxing, you have like... It's like the UFC, Bellator... and like another MMA organization trying to like get that sweet deal like together to make that fight, and it's been taking so long. And that's what boxing is summed up in one. Literally, it's literally like all these different promoters trying to do best for their guy, but like putting them safe and then eventually building them up to get them big fights. But it's kind of like you fucking wait years for these fights, whereas the UFC or like in MMA, you literally get the best guys versus the best guys. Like Conor came back and he didn't have a tune-up fight. He fucking fought the best fight he could probably fight. He fought Khabib, didn't he? So like, it's kind of stupid how boxing works, where they just delay it, and it's just like no one wants to budge for the other guy. Whereas in the UFC, they're like, right, this is what you're getting, this is your deal. And the difference on the other side is because MMA fighters don't make as much money as boxers. It's kind of like they don't really get that much say. Like McGregor gets that say because he makes fucking gazillions.
Yeah.
But boxers, they make a good like I said, Joshua's making probably like 30-40 mil, I'd say, from this fight. But with MMA fighters, like, fucking the main event, what? Velasquez and Ngannou probably made, what? A couple of $100,000, I'd say?
Yeah, probably.
A couple of $100,000. And, like, say, like, the top fights probably make, like, a couple mil. McGregor makes what? How much do you reckon he made from the Khabib? I heard he made almost 50, I heard. Altogether, including sponsors and then all the whiskey and shit.
Yeah.
But like, because these promoters have got so much money on the line, they don't want to make them deals for them big fights with all the other promotions.
MMA will eventually do that.
Yeah, we said that on the podcast. I don't know what podcast we said it on, but I was like, MMA will eventually get there to the point where there's like single promoters for a few individuals. It won't be the UFC. It'll be like boxing, where like it'll be difficult to get them big fights. And McGregor sped that. He sped that up like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like he sped it up so fast. It's a joke.
But it's so easy now. So if Holloway wants to fight Ferguson, all they do is they just discuss between themselves, right? Let's do 50-50. And then Dana has a set amount that Dana gets out of that fight.
Yeah.
But imagine if there was 2 Danas. So Holloway has a Dana, and then Ortega has a Dana.
Or Ferguson or whatever.
Or Ferguson or whatever. And then those two have to argue it out whilst you are arguing it out. And then you have the TV networks on top of the promoters, and they've got to argue it out. So everyone's got to be happy. It's just so
It's just ridiculous. And that's like, it's just so... That's why boxing's just kind of like...
That's why you got to appreciate MMA now, because every fucking fight, or 90% of fights happen that you want to happen.
Yeah. It literally is. Like, that's pretty much... If you had to say what is the difference between MMA and boxing in terms of like a company and building standpoint, we literally just summed it up. That's literally it, really.
We summed that up.
We summed that really well, I thought.
Pretty well. Yeah.
Well done, guys.
Is there any other news you got? I've got news.
Do you want to do news or do you want to do like
I'll
this
do
fight?
news. My news takes 20 seconds.
1, 2.
So there's a UFC card this weekend.
I know exactly where he's going with this.
And no one gives a fuck.
He's done with that.
Don't watch it, it's shit. UFC
Yeah, if
this
you're a
weekend.
casual viewer.
Wait, who is the main event? I don't even want to go over it, but who is it?
Thiago Santos and Blachowicz. So it's like a light heavyweight fight.
That's my fave.
Yeah.
Say the name again. Yeah,
he's fine.
we thought so, innit? We thought
More
so.
cunt, yeah.
Just take a pick.
The
though.
only-
just take a pick in
so-
that fight. That's what I want.
A pick?
Yeah. Just
I'll go Santos.
Yeah, Santos.
But I tell you what, I do want to say this thing for like people that from Liverpool. There's a Liverpool guy fighting on this card. It's his first time. He was a lightweight Cage Warriors champion. He trained with Paddy. So he's
With Paddy.
He trains with Paddy now, and
Yeah.
his name's Chris Fishgold, and he's fighting at featherweight. It's his debut in the UFC, innit? So hopefully, Liverpudlian can knock it out of the park this weekend. So hopefully, and he's fighting David Tamor's brother, Daniel Tamor, innit?
Really?
Yeah. So that's I want to watch that. But other than that,
Yeah, I don't.
the only other thing is Bellator is in Dublin this weekend. You've got all the SBG fighters fighting on it. So you've got Gallagher
When?
this Saturday.
Oh, well, all of McGregor's gang.
All McGregor's gang like fighting. So you got
Who's McGregor's gang?
So you got Gallagher, Peter Queeley, Kiefer Crosby. You got a lot of skilled fighters fighting on that card.
Hey, bro. Don't care about any of them.
You don't, but I'm a fan of them. They're really good fighters. They just don't get. There's so many great MMA fighters in the world, and they just don't even like. There's too many.
Gallagher's the guy that got knocked out in his last fight after all that shit talk.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. He got knocked out, and yet he's the main event of this like card.
I mean, I don't know any of those apart from Gallagher.
Right,
But yeah.
should we go to news?
News.
Right.
It's this
So-
round segment now.
Yeah. Well, we did a segment last week about like potential fights, but because there's only a certain few fights that get announced, you can't really do that every week. So we do it every once in a while.
We need like an intro to we need segments, right? So this is like the news segment. We need like and then we need
Well,
like a
ain't
cut.
that the reason we have an intern?
I'll get mine.
Dun.
Georgia, where's your?
Yeah, but I got fired and now I'm
No, you know like the
rehired.
count. You know the countdown.
Fired. Yeah, she was the only one that applied, isn't it?
You know the countdown on the show Countdown. It's like news.
Bosh, go.
That was sick.
Right. So they just announced Kelvin Gastelum versus Israel Adesanya for UFC 236 for the interim middleweight title. Robert Whittaker's going to be out until June, so they're putting an interim belt. Which I don't really think they need an interim belt. I don't think they need an interim belt. I think
They love an interim belt. Any excuse to have an interim. Yeah, no, I can see that as an interim because Kelvin was just going for the actual belt and Whittaker's out for ages, so interim. That makes sense.
Yeah, but he fought last June. He didn't.
June was a fucking quite a while. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
he's
he-
not. But he's also not fighting again. How long's he out for?
Until June. So it's not even a year. It's just about a year. So wait until I would just do like a number one contender
And-
fight. And interim
And
belts.
he lost that fight.
And interim belts don't mean shit. Fucking Colby fought for an interim belt and he got stripped. He didn't even fight.
Yeah, exactly.
for it.
No one. Everyone
gives
knows.
a
Everyone
fuck.
knows it don't mean shit. But yeah, but it's a marketing thing, isn't it?
Fuck them. Fuck interim belts.
It's nice to
They
have
suck. Okay, so other news. So Anthony Smith,
Wait, who you got? Adesanya or Gastelum? I know.
Adesanya,
Well, I know.
Adesanya. all day.
That's actually
No,
no. That's actually like a really.
I don't like bet.
That's a really easy fight for Adesanya in my head. Actually, I don't have a fucking clue how Kelvin's winning that.
Gaslam's going to come
Gaslam would just have to take him down. Would have
No,
to.
you know, like matchup wise though, that's such a bad matchup.
No,
for
but I'm
Gastelum.
saying the only way I think Gaslam can win is if he gets him down.
I don't think it'll get him down. Adesanya's takedown defense is quite
It's
good.
getting so good now. He's so quality. And I said from day one that, like, I was a fan of Adesanya even in Glory, and he was just murking people.
Gaslam's gonna be a big underdog for that.
He won't be a big underdog, but it'll be like a significant.
I wonder what Aaron's opinion is on that, seeing as Aaron thinks Adesanya's shit now after that Silver performance. He was like, that was an embarrassing performance. He's terrible.
No, it wasn't. It was such a chess match. It was a joke. Like, because they're such elite strikers, it just counteracted each one.
Yeah.
And but if you appreciate striking, you'd like it.
Yeah,
So,
Adesanya.
so right.
Next bit of news.
So right, Anthony Smith was on the MMA Hour, so he's fighting John Jones next Saturday, right? Yeah. And he was, and I found this to be that he was like, he hasn't watched any tape of Jones other than watching the Gustafsson fight live, so he hasn't watched Jones for months, which I think is a good thing, because you're just if you're gonna watch Jones, I think if you watch Jones, you're just gonna wait for him to do stuff.
Yeah, don't. What? It's don't. If I feel
Don't stop
when
and stare.
some people are just so in awe of people that are obviously better than them, they just sort of appreciate what they're doing. They don't concentrate on themselves.
And with Jones, when he fights, you can actually appreciate everything he does. So I think for Anthony Smith to win, like we said, he's got to go in there and dirty box him.
Go in there and just literally be like, "Fuck him,"
He
and
just
just
like,
run.
fuck you.
I'd love to see Anthony Smith just run at him from the bell, just run at him, and just Jones be like, "Oh shit."
Just be like, fuck your picograms, fuck your cocaine, and just fucking slap him.
Yeah, John Jones is literally going to be on steroids for that fight as well. It's so stupid. He's definitely going to pop in that fight. He popped a fucking month ago.
But I thought that'd be a good thing to be honest, because I think it's quite smart of him not to watch any. Just go in there, just fight him like as if you're gonna fight like a UFC contender, like another contender. So I'm looking forward to that fight next week. So right, Michael Page beat Paul Daley, right?
Don't care.
He's fighting Douglas Lima next.
Yeah.
In the next round of the Bellator.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's gonna lose.
You seem so uninterested.
I think that fight's gonna be quite.
Nah, it'll be a good fight. But I feel, well, to be honest, Douglas Lima never ever goes to the ground, does he?
Yeah, but Lima can if he wants to.
Is he a black belt? Like
Yeah.
every Brazilian's a black belt, to be honest.
But I think to beat someone like MVP, you either have to go at him like
Threaten with a takedown.
or you have to be a solid Muay Thai fighter. And I think Lima has the fundamental Muay Thai skills. To
Like
knock him
leg
down.
kicks will be
Leg
good.
kicks, hands up, hands high, cover the face, and leg kicks.
Yeah.
Punches to the body, rip the body, leg
And
kicks.
some decent volume, because Page's volume is terrible.
And Lima can go 5 rounds. Like, he's been 5 rounds with Rory. He's fought Koreshkov, like, several times. Like, Lima has the best style to beat.
If he goes out there, leg kick, and that's it. And
And
then when his legs are visibly hurt, then fucking take him down.
If Lima goes leg kick, and then mix it up, takedown, clinch, he'll win. Easy, I think. But I do want Page to win the tournament because he's English and he's like...
I don't.
Wow, you're very cool. So Cynthia Calvillo fought on the weekend, right? We didn't really talk about a fight because you were bored and he's fallen asleep now. So fair enough. She said that she would give Tatiana Suarez a run for her money. And I want to know what you think because you're
She won.
big on opinions. Yeah, I don't think she will either, to be honest. I think Calvillo... I would like to see the wrestling exchanges between them two, but I think Tatiana Suarez is just such a beast. It's
What wrestling exchange though? She's shit. Calvary is actually not very...
Not a mate. Have you seen her grappling? Her
Yeah, it's not
grappling's
very good.
Fuck off.
It's not.
The fuck are you talking about?
Have you seen her last 2 fights?
She
Crap.
didn't even grapple in the last fight. You fucking.
Yeah, she
idiot.
couldn't take her down.
Yeah, but Corny Casey has good takedown defense, and plus. Yeah, but if you're talking about, I'm talking about.
So
in
she's
the,
not going to take down Suarez then?
Yeah, but you're talking about I'm talking about wrestling exchanges.
Well, in her performance before that, she fought...
Who did she fight?
It was...
Oh yeah, no, that's a good example. I like that, Sean. Mate.
No, the one she lost. The first loss.
Who the fuck was it? I don't know.
I'm going to fucking look.
See. This is fucking good.
Well,
Isn't
did
it?
you watch it?
I don't even remember. Like, fucking. What did I have for breakfast this morning? I don't know.
It was...
I had some granola actually. That was fucking nice with a smoothie in it.
Ooh,
I
tasty.
know. Avocado as well. Avocado with just strawberries this time. Strawberry and avocado. It was dank.
I'll just edit this bit. Oh yeah, 107.
Oh, well done, mate. You fucking idiot. No, I'm joking. So who did she fight? Carla Esparza. So she fought Carla Esparza.
Yeah.
Oh, and what's that? So she submission rear naked choked someone in the first round. After the Esparza
Yeah, but
fight.
she couldn't even take
Oh,
Cara
yeah, so-
Esparza down.
Honestly, I don't even remember that fight, to be honest, so I can't even comment. But from what I've seen in her, she's really, when it gets to the ground, she's really good at the transitions. Obviously, to get her to Tatiana Suarez to the ground is just another phenom on its own. But I just don't know who can. I want to see Tatiana Suarez beat Joanna. I want her to face Joanna. Do you not agree, no?
Yeah, that'd be good. Fuck Cynthia Cavalier. She's shit.
Well, she should get a decent fight after that fight.
She
'cause
can
Courtney Casey
fight
ain't a joke.
Gadelia. Because they're both shit. So who's less shit of that fight? And I won't watch it.
Yeah, he will. He's chatting.
I'll look on
He will watch
Wikipedia
it.
for that green box or a red box and think, don't care.
He'll be like, I'm gonna put a bet on that one. He will.
Is that the last bit of news?
Yeah.
That's the end of round segment.
So-
Yeah.
Bosh.
Bosh. Is that the end?
That's the end of Fight Talk.
Crap news again.
So what's going on? I want to. Georgia hasn't been on the episode in a few days. I want to know.
Georgia
like,
can't
3 times.
speak because her fucking voice
I've
is
been
gone.
talking this whole episode.
Yeah, your voice sounds alright now, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's back.
So what's going on with you,
I'm back.
Georgia? So what's going on with you, Georgia? So we ended up firing you, and then we couldn't hire no one, so we
Yeah,
just
no one
hired you back.
applied except for me. And then I came back and made everyone hot chocolates.
Yeah, that was dang, to be fair. I really enjoyed that chocolate.
Because now I'm no longer a producer, I'm an intern now.
Oh, tonight I'm going to watch that Fire.
Oh, yeah.
I started watching it last night, but
Have you seen Fire, Georgia?
No,
Ah.
I'm going to watch it tonight. I watched like first 30 minutes.
I've been watching Peaky Blinders.
Fire's only one episode.
It's like an hour and a half.
It's one documentary style episode, hour and a half.
But
Everyone
while I was
watch it,
watching, it looks fucking crazy how they built this fucking... They got like
All these
DJ, like yeah, like
models,
Major
different-
Laser. They got every like, and even like the agents of like Major Laser were out. Like we don't even know what.
Yeah, I've read up about
fucking-
it and like promoted it as this big luxury.
Well, it's like it was
Festival.
like an island off the Bahamas or something.
Well, it was originally meant to be Pablo Escobar's island because they were on that island originally, and they thought, "Fuck it, we're all rich. Let's do a biggest festival ever, the festival to end all festivals, it all called." But then they lost that island, and they had to go to another island, and it wasn't an island; it was at some absolute crappy area that didn't make any sense. Everything just went to shit.
But my thing was, how were they gonna pay for their private jets, right? Pay for like these villas? It just made no sense.
Well, do you know how much money people pay for tickets, mate?
I don't even know. I don't know. Like I only watched.
Well, how much is a regular festival ticket?
Like,
200, I'd say.
yeah, if you're
For like a
camping.
weekend, yeah.
£200, right? The minimum ticket for this was $6,000, and they went up to $100,000.
Oh fuck. Okay. Fair
Yeah, it
enough.
was like a luxury.
I didn't know the
festival.
price of it, but that's.
Though it was on.
And then they were just giving it.
Well, it was Pablo Escobar's
sandwiches.
island, luxury villas, all celebrities were there, like all the Instagram models were there. So, and obviously all rich people. I think there was 50,000 people that bought tickets.
Right.
So 50,000. Let's just say $10,000 was the average ticket. 50,000 times $10,000. I don't even want to work how much it is. Billions.
Yeah. Literally.
So they had an insane budget, and yeah, I mean, you just gotta watch it.
Yeah, no, I watched like 20, 30 minutes, and then...
The funniest thing is
to
when
go
they would
out.
turn up to the festival, and people are promised these luxury villas, and they got footage of people turning up on the coach and stuff.
Oh,
Like
I
they're
can't
sent,
wait
they're
see
sent to
that.
like refugee camps. And
Well, they used like all these white tents from Hurricane Matthew.
Yeah.
that was their villa. That was literally the
Yeah,
villa.
it was literally like a tent. It was like a tent you get at Park Life, like a VIP thing. It was like a little tent, and it was like 2 beds.
After a rainstorm.
It was a joke.
And then I heard like the people that lived in the island were out loads of money trying to feed everyone.
Well, they literally
Yeah.
to set up to try and attempt quotations to set up this festival. They literally got every person on the island to like try and like get it going.
They had to get people from other islands.
Yeah.
Well, he's in prison though because the way he was getting money was like fraud.
Yeah.
Is that which guy is that? Is that the
The main guy, I forgot his name.
is it like Anthony or something?
I don't know.
Forgot his name. He's still in prison.
Yeah, he went down for like 20 years, didn't he, or something?
Yeah. It was obviously the claims he was making up this festival, getting everyone's money. So that was one thing against him, and then the way he was getting money for the festival, he was, saying that the festival was going to make this much money. People were investing in it, and then obviously it turned out to be shit.
Well, the weirdest thing I saw was like how was he like known or like rich anyway? And he was
'Cause
like
he had a private
made
business.
he made a business called Magnesis.
Yeah.
And he was explaining this thing, and I didn't have a fucking clue
Yeah, but
what
it was-
they're on about. But like apparently, like one of the guys was like, he put his card down. It was like a metal card or something, and like these girls were like, "Oh, what's that card?" And they got interested. And I was like, He didn't even explain what the card did.
No, it was just a big It was just a big business in America. He just brought out this new bank card. It's kind of like now you have banks like N26.
That's the metal card.
Yeah. There's banks now. So
Oh.
online banks, and they're basically just fancy cards. That's basically how they're
Yeah, so you've got like
marketing
this
themselves.
pinky orangey colour.
Yeah, it's not a walk-in bank; it's just an online bank. But they're fancy cards, and they were the first people to do it, and they were just advertised to all rich people. So just millionaires, basically. If you're a millionaire, you have this bank card, and they made loads of money off of it.
Yeah, I just thought it was bullshit. To be honest, I just thought bullshit, and some more bullshit.
They've actually done interviews on him in prison, saying, "Are you like a psychopath and stuff?" They're quite interesting.
Well, I finished that Ted Bundy thing. I
Yeah,
finished
yeah,
it in the
yeah.
end. Oh, yeah, it's mad. He like slept with like the woman in prison But she wasn't even like a prison inmate. So they were just fucking like while she was on visit.
Yeah.
And she got pregnant and she had a kid. That's fucking crazy, man. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Spoiler alert.
Ted Bundy has a child.
yeah, he has a child in fucking prison.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
It's good. It's
Yeah, it's
really
very good.
fucking good. I was kind of blown away. Like, even like it's so mad to see like the personality behind it, like what built them up to do all them kind of things, and like the environment they were in, and like what they were like as a kid. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Well, I'm gonna watch that one. What's the one called? Where
The one we
Abducted
watched.
in Plain Sight.
yeah,
Oh,
where-
yeah, that's-
I've heard so many bad things about
It's
that.
so crazy, like.
Well, I got told by Kate and Wade on Monday that like they wank him off, innit?
Yeah,
And
so
then
the
kidnaps
dad
No, he's a
wanks him
baller.
off.
He knows what he's doing.
him. Okay, he definitely
Right, so the dad
loves him
wanks
off, doesn't he? Fucking
him
pedo.
off. He kidnaps the daughter, and then the mum has an affair with him after he's kidnapped her.
Yeah, and then the dad tosses him off, right? As
Yeah,
well.
I said that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He goes through the
The dad-
entire family.
dad gives him a wank
Why though?
because he's like, "Oh, I need relieved."
The
Will you
guy's
relieve me?"
guy's
and then the
making
dad's like,
excuses for taking daughter, saying that he's sexually frustrated.
Okay, so then the dad just gives this guy a wank.
Basically, the family, the parents, more fucked
just
up
all
than
fucked
him,
up.
by the sounds of
That's
it.
the girl, like, she got brainwashed into thinking she was kidnapped by aliens.
Oh,
And that if she didn't have sex and repopulate, like,
But
and have a baby with this man, like, she was gonna die.
it's so fucked up. Like,
And if she told anyone, her family would die, and she believed this. And it wasn't until her
wow.
16th birthday when, like, she didn't die.
all that
she-
child
she
kidnapping,
realised.
all that shit is just so bad. Like, I remember watching this film. I can't even remember. I need to ask my mom about this. But it was like a boy got kidnapped when he was like a child, and he escaped when he was like in his teenagers, and he found back his family and everything, but just found it so difficult to adapt to society with how he was living, like getting abused and like everything like that, and he ended up killing himself. And I think it's a true story. I have to find out what the name is, but it was ridiculous, so bad.
Cheers to that. That was
Says the
depressing.
one that fucking
That was depressing.
supported the fucking pedo. He just said
No,
to
I'm
him,
just saying, the family. Brendan Schaub said, innit, like the dad admitted like he tossed him off, but he was saying he obviously didn't toss him off. He obviously fucked him.
what, and you like that?
No, it's just,
Yeah, he
it's
did.
just
He's got a
no-
little smile on his
when
face.
he
Look,
said it. That's
he's
so,
just
that's
like,
so true. Innit? He definitely didn't just toss him off.
You're a proper,
Who just tosses someone off?
you're a proper Dennis, mate. That's what Dennis would do from Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are actually Dennis.
Don't know who he is, so I can't even
Yeah,
comment.
he's a right cunt.
Like you.
Yeah. Right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, mate.
Right. Until next time, guys.
Until next time,
Until next time.
if I'm here.
Yeah, we might fight you again.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Oh yeah, there's an episode coming soon on when me and Ryan got drunk. It was our pre-drinks, and we just chatted shit.
Yeah, so
I'll put that up soon.
look up for that one.
Yeah,